Hello. I do not thank you all for being here, but I did assemble the members of the press to discuss the state of the world and the many things I have done to it. So, thank you for being here. As you all know, I am Bob Villain. Anyway, let's start with the questions. Yes, you, the sloppy one in the back.
Mr. Villain, how would you define yourself? A musician, a poet, a villain?
That's easy. Evil incarnate. Heresy built into a human form. Evil on two legs. I am the reason that people lock up their husbands and lock up the guys. I am the reason that you lock up your daughters and lock up your wives. Alright. Yes, you.
Our listeners would really like to know about the incident at the Newport Folk Festival.
The incident at the Newport Folk Festival. Well, yes. I was playing a set, and I recently acquired a band. A couple of minions follow me around and play the tunes with me. Well, anyway, my guitarist, he was playing with his guitar in tune. And we just couldn't be having that now, could we? Playing in tune is like abiding by laws. So, I strangled him close to death on stage and took a shit in his mouth. Many people were outraged. But fuck them. I took a shit in his guitar case after, too. And I took a shit on his wife after. And you know that made him feel blue. Alright. Well, that I think sums that up. Next question. Yes, you, Shorty.
I was hoping you could name some of your influences, either in terms of music or committing evil deeds.
My inspirations, well, I don't know if I have any. I'm the evilest man in the world. No one before me has frozen the moon, turning it into the world's largest snowball, and then charging people in space tourism to come and see it. No one before has shot the president 7 times and let him live each time just so he suffered through the pain. That's original me. And in terms of music, I invented music, goddammit. There's no music that ever existed before me, and all music that did exist is shit. And I don't think I need to defend that statement. Alright. Yes, you, the ugly one in the front.
Sunset Times here. Can you give us a couple of your political beliefs, please?
My political beliefs? Sure. Kill all cops. Eat children. Piss everywhere. Legalize drunk driving. Legalize all drugs. Legalize all crimes. Destroy the moon. Destroy the planet. Pollute the oceans. Help people develop nuclear weapons so they use them more. People should use nukes more. People should use napalm more. There should be more wars. Those are some of my political beliefs. I also think money's not real, language isn't real, and the family unit should dissolve. Well, yeah, that's my political beliefs. Next, yes, you.
Mr. Bob Villain, when do you think you're going on tour next?
When am I touring next? I am never not touring. My reign of terror will continue forever. I will come to your town and fuck your wife. I will come to your town and kill your children. I will come to your town and blow up your banks. My tour will never end. I will always be roaming this earth, causing chaos, destroying and pillaging every place I see. Okay, next question. Yes, you, Neanderthal.
What is your next musical direction? You have revolutionized folk and rock. Do you have a new direction for your upcoming record?
My next musical direction? Well, as I said, all music is shit, and I take no inspiration. I don't believe I exist within any genre. Anyone that says I'm folk, I will blow your head off and throw it to the next state. I'm not folk, nor am I rock, nor am I ska, nor am I noise. I am Bob Villain, the evilest man that ever reigned this earth. I hope that doesn't answer your question, you motherfucker. Alright. Yeah, you. How can I not help you?
Can you impregnate my son?
Bob Villain doesn't do favors. Yeah?
Mr. Villain, is there anything you are pro?
There is nothing well, no, I take that back. There are things I am pro. I am pro-hate. I am pro-killing cops. I am pro-eating filth. I am pro-crime. I am pro-drugs. I'm pro-corruption of the youth. I'm pro-murder. Those are some of the things I'm pro. And I'm a pro at all of them. Yes, you, sir, in the front.
Have you experimented with drugs?
Have I experimented with drugs? I've invented drugs. I've went to different places and invented new drugs. LSD, that was me. Albert Hoffman, I dosed him before he left on his back. He didn't know it was coming. I've experimented with all drugs. I've taken LSD, Quaaludes, scat, cat piss, marijuana, cocaine, PCP, that's angel dust for you squares out there, methamphetamines, morphine, heroin, any drug you name it, I've taken it. Yes, I have taken that drug. Thank you for naming it. Now take a shit and die. Next question. Yes, you, sir, standing up there with your gangly limbs. How can I not help you?
Hello, Mr. Villain. I'm a huge fan. I was just wondering, you've had such a long and extensive musical career. What is your absolute favorite works you've done? And are there any works that you regret producing? I mean, Death Ray.
Well, I don't appreciate what you said about Death Ray, but I don't appreciate any of you guys' existence. I have made many, many good songs and many, many deeds that I am proud of. For instance, I went to the Bronx Zoo when all the orphans were there, and I brought the dinosaur bones back to life, and they ate all the orphans. I've poisoned the water supply of Chicago. I blew up the Hindenburg. I stole the Limburg, baby. And in terms of music, there's many songs I'm proud of. The one that you just took a shit on, I'm gonna shit on you after the show. Death Ray is an amazing song about my love of death rays, heat rays, cancer rays, hallucination rays, heat rays that blow up your brain, rays that control your brain. I'm proud of Mean Green Submarine because I love my goddamn Mean Green Submarine. And of course, there's my theme song, I'm Bob Villain, which is a mission statement. I'm Bob Villain, and I love killing. Next question. Yeah, you, sir.
Can you make a mean pig meat pie?
I have no idea what a pygmy pie is, and I'm gonna kill you after the show for asking such a stupid fucking question. All right. Yes, ma'am, in the back.
In your music, you've sang about Mars and the moon and space. Do you think the U.S. and the USSR will ever achieve the impossible and make it to space?
Well, yes. When it comes to the space race, I think that I've already won it. So there's no point in Russia or America ever going to space. You see, I've been to the moon, and as I've mentioned, I've frozen it. Once I tried to blow it up. Sadly, I didn't succeed because I got hit by a comet. That son of a bitch. I've been to Venus, and I've been to Mars, and I enslaved all the people and taught them the wrong language and told them when they get to Earth that they should blow it up. So, there's no point in going to space. I own space. Space is mine. And if any of you guys go in space, I'm gonna blow up your rockets and your satellites. It's gonna be a real challenge for any of you to go to space. And I'm the challenger. All right. Yeah. That's my space race. This sucks. Yeah, you cross-eyed guy Larry in the back. How can I answer your questions?
Can you comment on is there any specific meaning to the recurring image of a death ray in your songs?
Well, I kind of touched on that earlier, but my affinity for death rays is quite simple. Nothing causes more death and more destruction than a death ray. You can point it at a building, there's no more building. You can point it at a hospital, there's no more people in the hospital. I've built in death rays, freeze rays, rays that'll control your brain, rays that'll give you cancer, rays that'll make you shit your pants, rays that'll make you fuck your grandma. Why, I've invented a ray that causes every misery on this earth. There's no other way to kill that many people or cause that much misery. Once, I made a ray that looked like Aurora Borealis, and everyone came out to look at it, and then I came out and I laughed at them because it really wasn't there. It was just an hallucination ray. So, yeah, death rays. I love making death rays.
Can you give the president back?
Fuck you! I will not return the president. The president's mine, and you gotta give me your country's entire economy if you want him back. No, I'm not gonna tell you where he is. He's somewhere hidden, and I torture him every night, and I tickle his crotch, and I put pins in his crotch. Well, if anyone asks me that question again, I'll slap your head around till your neck breaks. Next question. Yes, you. Ma'am.
What are your thoughts on Barry Maguire's Eve of Destruction?
I think it sucks. I mean, I agree with the sentiment. We are on the eve of destruction. My newest death ray, the size of Pluto, will blow up Mars and blow up Venus. And after that happens, the Earth's orbit will fall out of place, and we will all die due to gravity and oxygen leaving this planet and no life being able to sustain. And some of you will say, but Bob Villain, then maybe you will die too. And I have two responses for you. A, I don't care if I die. I'm a piece of shit too, just like all of you. I was born into flesh. And, of course I have an escape plan. I'm going to burrow into the core of the earth and live there. Start a sex cult with me and any women and men that want to join me. And no, I'm not going to answer any questions on my sexuality. My answer is I fuck everything, and I will fuck anything. Thank you. Next question. Yeah, you in the front again. You look inquisitive.
Mr. Villain, what do you gain from being a folk singer?
I became a folk singer to disseminate my message of hate, evil, and villainy across the earth. People on this planet don't listen to poetry, or slam poetry, or stand-up comedy, the lowest form of art, or read your shitty newspapers. You know what people do? They listen to the tunes. And my tunes will slowly, with subliminal messages, turn everyone into zombies and destroy their feeble minds. Continue to buy my records, of course. I both love the money and destroying your feeble minds. Next question. Yeah, you, right there.
Throughout your various schemes, you've held the world for ransom, you've kidnapped the president, and you've demanded, of course, $1 trillion in one case, and in another case, I quote here, the entire economy. What would you say is, if you had to guess, if you had to estimate, what would you say is your entire net worth at this time after these schemes?
Yeah. My net worth, I've never really counted it all. And you are right. The country of Romania gave me their entire economy. Same with Japan at one point. At one point, Germany as well. I've stolen chancellors, presidents, superintendents, CEOs, anyone that's important and has a lot of money. So here, let me crunch the numbers. I probably have 10 quadrillion, 30 billion zillion, 299 billion, 45 million, 999,000, and 999,000 gajillion dollars. I think. As I said, I don't count it, and many of my slaves on Mars have yet to do so either. In Mars money, I'm the richest man there. So what do I care about your measly human currency? But thank you. I thought that was a good question. Made me think. Yes.
Can you death ray my neighbor?
No, I cannot do that. My death ray is to destroy people and make no one happy. And if it will bring you joy, sir, then I'll shoot you before I shoot your neighbor. Next question. This sucks. Why'd I summon you all here? Yes. You,
Well-
the man with no arm.
Well, Mr. Villain, do you think about the children and what the children think of your music?
The youth are the most important market. The youth are the people that I want to control. The youth are the people that will kill you. I wish all their kids would kill their parents and then have sex with them. I believe that the youth should be shit on too. I don't like the youth, and I hope the youth do listen to my messages and try to be as evil as I do. And I'll destroy them with my quantum physics ray or blow up their heads with some kind of nanobites. Because there's only one villain in this earth, and it's me, Bob Villain. But yes, keep doing your thing, youth. Destroy your parents. Destroy this shitty government. And soon, I will be a new government. And you will all phase and listen to me. Next question. Yeah, you, Fred Bingo.
Fred Bingo from the Times. What's your opinion of the press, Mr. Villain?
What's my opinion on the press? I fucking hate the press. I think I've already made that clear many times. I'd kill every single one of you, and I'm gonna after this show. But I understand the need for the press. And when I say the need, I mean some geriatric motherfucker in Kansas right now is gonna read this newspaper and know the name of Bob Villain and fear me. But yes, I think all journalism is the lowest form of communication, only under stand-up comedy. Yes, you.
Do you have any fears?
I fear nothing, and I fear no man. You see, I am fear itself. People quake in their boots when I walk into a bar. When I go to a bar, the few times I do, I kill everyone there. I smash the bottles on the floor just so people trip on it. I throw marbles everywhere. I piss not on the urinals, not in the toilets, but in the wrong bathroom. I have no abiding for rules. Let me think, though. Is there anything I, Bob Villain, fear? I fear that one day my acts of villainy will cease to cause suffering on this earth. If for some reason I was to die, in fiery car crash or fancy sports car, why, who would be around anymore to cause such misery to you awful humans? I need to write this down, a new idea. I'm going to build a cloning machine, so will come back the second I die. Yeah, that'll kill suffering. That'll cause suffering for another while. Maybe I can clone a bunch of people. Genghis Khan, the evilest man in the history of the world. Wait a minute. I don't need them. I'll clone myself. The day I die, expect Bob Villain 2 to come back. Bob Villain 2 will be more evil than me, more evil than more evil than any person on this earth ever before or ever since. I hope that didn't answer your question. Next.
Hey, fuck you, Bob Villain.
Fuck me? Fuck you! I hope you burn in hell and your wife does too! If any of you motherfuckers call the cops or even get an inch within me, I'll eat your eyeballs. I'll put them in some soup and eat them. I know where your families are. Don't come anywhere closer to me. I'll blow your head right off. All right, next question. Calm down. We have more questions to answer. Yeah, you.
Mr. Villain, I wanted to ask, what planet do the cops come from?
Cops are from hell. Cops don't belong to exist. They're the swine of the earth. There's a reason people call them pigs. But yes, they're from hell. And they, well, actually now that I think about that, there's nothing wrong with being from hell. So pigs are worse than that. I guess they come from the mud pits, the shitholes. That's a pig. Anyone trying to enforce law on this earth, or any planet for that matter, deserves to have their nose ripped out. Next question.
Hi, Mr. Villain. Do you enjoy these types of press conferences?
Do I enjoy these kinds of press conferences? Do you enjoy getting fucked in the ass with barbed wire? This is awful. Oh, you idiots ask the dumbest questions, and I have to sit here and talk to all of you like you deserve my time or respect, which I have none for any of you. No, I hate these press conferences. As I said, it's like getting fucked with barbed wire. It's like having sex on an electrical fence, which actually is quite enjoyable. It's a thing I am into, but I imagine the standard person, you ain't liking that. All right, anyone else got something to say? Yes, you. Mr. Villain, have you met Nick Wayne? Have I met Nick Wayne? Yes, I have met Nick Wayne, and may I say I have not a single ounce of love for the man. He says, don't commit crime, and why, I'm all about crime. I'd kill every cop on this earth if I had the time, and I'm gonna kill Nick Wayne one day. One day he will be living in his condo, that cunt, and I will walk into his house with a bunch of chlorine, rip out his eyeballs, and throw it right in there. I'll throw acid on his crotch. I'll steal his mask and convince people I'm Nick Wayne, and give him an awful reputation, worse than he already has. I will say, I agree with his no condom policy and his idea of not wearing seatbelts. There is some merit in those ideas. I also do not believe in condoms or safe sex of any way, as people call it. And yes, you should not wear a seatbelt, or use a baby seat if you have a kid in a car. Actually, I think cars shouldn't have windshields. They should have big black screens right in front of them, so you just drive around aimlessly, hit trees, and hit children in the road like they did back in the 1910s. All right, I'm getting tired. This better not go on much longer. You.
Rex Rickingham here from the Saturday Evening Post, and I only have one question for you, Mr. Villain. Only one question my viewers are asking. When will your reign of terror cease?
My reign of terror is eternal. My reign of terror will never end. Bob Villain will come back as Bob Villain 2, as said before, and continue his reign of terror even in death. And when Bob Villain 2 dies, Bob Villain 3 will come about. I will make the worst music you've ever heard, corrupt your children, destroy the economy, destroy your government, go to Mars and have sex with all of my slaves. I will go to Pluto and blow it up. I will go to Jupiter and then fill up with nothing but clones of Bob Villain, and they will all fly Jupiter into Earth and destroy your measly planet. My reign of terror will never end, and anyone that thinks it will have their head in the next state. I think I've said enough, and I think it's clear what I think of all you and what I think of this world. May you all burn in hell and die a horrible, slow death.